Hello and welcome again to another Spazzles streaming. Hope you're having a really good evening, everyone. And just to give you an update of what's been going on. So, unfortunately, on Tuesday we did not get the Dragoon class. We're getting closer though. So, we are going to be unlocking it tonight. We did, however, on Tuesday, sorry, we did unlock Chocobo. So, we finally got our Chocobo. So, we're very, very excited about that. Right, give you a little bit of an update. We've since joined the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. We've become one of their proud members now. We've now defeated Ifrit. So we did that last stream as well, which is something I was very proud of. And we are currently investigating in Gridania with I've forgotten what they're called now. The Sylphs, sorry. We're investigating the Sylphs at the moment because they seem to be having some suspicious activity with some of the tempered Sylphs. We're just making sure that they're not going to be summoning their primal, which is Rama. So, we're going to head on over to the game. Say, Spazzles, are you in the mood for dancing? That's right, dancing. You went through all the trouble to learn the Sylphs' traditional greeting, but you've greeted hardly any of them. Why, if I was Sylph, I'd be beside myself, with delight to see an adventurer expressing an interest in my culture. Me? Of course I'd be happy to join. Ow! There goes those bloody leg cramps of mine acting up again. Oh yeah. I see how it is. You don't want to be showing up by my dancing, that's what's going on. Alright, so we are going to dance for this one. Little jig. Ooh, walking one knows Jolly Dance. Jolly Dance fills this one with good cheer. Let these two be friends. Alright, so that's one friend. Let's do a little jig for this one. And there's another one. Walking one would be a friend of these ones. This one is overjoyed. But this one keeps the ways of weaving a secret. Even if Walking One learned the secret, Walking One could not weave in the same way. Alright, we've got one more sylph to dance for. There we are. Alexia. Dance for Alexia. Done. Walking One is a friend to these ones. Friendly, light, gracious elder one of Forest City knows how to dance into these ones' hearts. Oh, you hear that? We're dancing into the hearts of the Sylphs. Very happy about that. I do like the Sylphs. They talk weird, but they're really cute, I find. Spazzles, would you like to hear the good news or the better news? The good news is that your lovely dancing has brought smiles and high spirits to all the little Solace. The better news? Well, I thoroughly recovered from those accursed leg cramps. I want to our next adventure. Yeah, of course you've recovered, because I've done all the dancing for you. Now I'm going to get leg cramps thanks to you. Hey bud, how you doing, man? Ah, man, it sucks to hear that you're working the late shift, man. What time are you going to be working to? Spazzles. As an adventurer, you are no stranger to helping distressed folk, I wager. Tales of good deeds are quick to spread. The adventurer who comes to the aid of the local populace can go from stranger to hero overnight. No doubt you see what I'm getting at. The Sylphs who make their home in Little Solace do so having been driven from their woodland home. Surely they have their fair share of troubles. Seek out troubled Sylphs and see what might be done to ease their worries. A sound plan, would you not say? That said, the Sylphs are not known to share their worries with outsiders. You would be better off inquiring with Hera Emilia. Of the Gridanians who reside here, she is most like to privy to the Sylphs' troubles. Praise be to the elementals. I cannot express how happy I am to see an adventurer with truly gentle heart. The Sylphs of Little Solace are sorely in need of aid. Pray hear me out. Being a temporary settlement, Little Solace wants for amenities, not least a stout set of defences. Consequently, beasts from miles around are free to wander in and terrorise the hapless residents. The Zis Gorlins and Garlnats that roam these parts are especially troublesome, but slaying one of each to serve as a warning to the rest. Furthermore, perhaps you could gather 3 brownie brushes as well. They play an important role in Sylphic culture. I do not claim to know the details, and what with such feral beasts prowling the forests, they are not easily come by. When you are done with the deeds, seek out Convixio. He is slow to warm to outsiders, but your good intentions will not be lost on him. My own experience speaks to this. Alright, cool. Sounds pretty simple enough. So just go kill one of each. Get some brownies. Get some brownie branches to get some brownie points. See what I did there. Right, so kill one of these big old birds. Dancing one is still here. Dancing one can dance all night. This one's trust is not so easily earned. How about what if I hand you this brownie brush? Dancing one brings brownie brushes for this one. This one can dye thread once more. This one is pleased. Dancing one kills bitey buzzy one. This one hates bitey buzzy ones. Dancing one is kind. Too kind. Many walking ones come to these ones abode, but few are friendly like dancing one. Perhaps this one was wrong about not to trust dancing one after all. Of course you are. I am the most trusted dancing one there ever was to dance on this realm. Right. This one asks dancing one for forgiveness. These ones have many troubles since walking ones last came to our abode. This one must be careful, always careful. But dancing one is not like other walking ones. This one can trust dancing one. This one would ask dancing one for help. Strange walking ones with bodies of steel come to home of these ones. These ones think steel ones come from Empire. Where Empire goes, many living ones become dead ones. Tree falls and brushes burn. These ones' home is in danger. Danger! This one begs of dancing one to help this one no more. Dancing one is friends with these ones and walking ones, yes? Dancing one must speak to these ones here and walking ones in hut houses to find out more. This one had bad feeling. This one fears steel ones are after something. But this one should speak no more. Go, dancing one. This one depends on kindness of dancing one. Whoa. I gave myself a headache trying to read all that. There we go. This one is happy to see dancing one return. What did dancing one learn? This one sees. Still walking ones come from Empire, carry boxes and go walking deep through trees. As this one thought, still walking ones are up to nasty no good things. This one knows forest well. Still walking ones try to hide, but this one will find them. This one would borrow dancing one's map. This one makes mark. Right here. This is where steel ones hide, once this one knows. Dancing ones will go looking for steel ones, yes? Oh, here we go. Right into a trap. How about that, eh? Oh, I see you, Pro. You ain't paralysing me. What are you on about? What you on about? How you doing, Name? Right, last one. Is that it? What's the betting that there are going to be explosives in this box? Dancing one is back. This one breathes sigh of relief. This one was worried. Dancing one found something. Oh, Quartermaster log. That was all that was in a box. Dancing one found paper inside a box. This is a message from Empire. This one can read walking one symbols. Message paper has names of food and rocks. Food and rocks were inside boxes, this one knows. This one does not understand. Food and rocks mentioned all come from home of these ones. How do still walking ones know where to find them? Is there sneaky one hiding behind this one's wings? Snooping one selling secrets to still walking ones? This one fears for one's home. But Dancing One has helped on this one much today. Dancing One must promise to always be friends with these ones. We're taking the higher potion 100%. Helpful one arrives at a good time. This one needs helpful one's help. One of these ones named Claxio ventured outside Little Solace alone. Alone is unsafe. Helpful one must find Claxio. Claxio struck west after leaving the settlement. Hurry before Claxio ends up in the belly of a beastly one. Alright, let's go help out one of the friends then. What? Walking one wants this one to return to Little Solace? Don't make this one laugh. This one is weary of living with those that are not these ones. These one wants to be alone. These ones rely on walking ones for everything. No better than those ones that summon the primal one. Small wonder this one chose to leave. This one thought this is a likely place to build a home, but then Medley one arrives, forces this one to go deeper inside into the forest. Medley one is forbidden from following this one. Away with Medley one. What? Klaxio refused to return to these ones and went deeper into the forest? But this one saw touch ones lurking in the forest. Helpful one must hurry. Hurry and find Klaxio. Helpful one should search the spools of thread on the forest floor. Those things will help lead Helpful one to Klaxio. But hurry. Hurry before touch ones take Klaxio away. Medley one is back. This one told Medley one to be gone. Tell Comoxio that this will never go back. Never. Ah, bro, you done effed up. Touch ones? Touch ones should go away too. This one is good one. Everyone should just leave this one alone. Be on guard, Spazzles. Those seals have been tempered, brought under the thrall of the primal rhymer. Akin to the Mile Jar, tempered by Infrit, these seals exist only to serve their deity. They will not answer to words, only steal. I take no pleasure in this, but it must be done. Oh, bomb some heads then. Bird snapper. So I'll find out they are all useless. No, they're not. That's fine. Do a little bit of healing on my own. No. Big hits. Big hits. Alright, there's one. Down the snarl. Oh, there's a marble. Those are nasty. Oh, did it? Just heal. I'll focus on the sylph. Last one. Last hit. There we go. Right, let's focus on this big old... Oh, he's running away. Oh, never mind. He's running away. And don't come back! This one is safe. This one was so scared. Klaxio, this has been worried. So very worried. Is Klaxio unharmed? Still in possession of wits? But Comoxio, and Medley one as well. Why are these two here? These two came to wreck you, Klaxio. Like Klaxio's self fails this one with joy. Comoxio, forgive this one. This one did not mean to run away from Little Solace. This one was just afraid. These ones who live at Little Solace were changing, becoming friendly with other ones. This one feared that these ones were forgetting those who these ones are, like Touch ones did, but this one was wrong. This one can see that now. Meddling, helpful one. This one is grateful. This one will return to Little Solace to be with Comoxio and other friendly ones. At least you learned your lesson. Get back home. Get back safe. Well, that should see to that. What say we return to Little Solace as well? I, for one, could do with a nice hot bath. Oh, me and you both, brother. Me and you both. Alright, Comoxio, give me that sweet, sweet XP. Let's go, bro. This one thought Klaxio was lost forever. Helpful one saved Klaxio. Now these ones can be family again. This one has known many walking ones. Even many kind walking ones. But Helpful one is kindest and strongest of all. Helpful one is a hero to these ones. Helpful one will bring these ones and walking ones closer together. This one knows. This one would take Helpful one to see Elder one. But Elder one is... I want to spit it out, man. What's he like? What's he doing? This one must ask Kind one's forgiveness. This one may promise to take Kind one to see Elder one, yes. But this one cannot. This one cannot because Elder one is not here. Elder one is not anywhere. Elder One went into forest yesterday, but it's not come back. This one is worried. Elder One often goes into forest, but never for this long. Time will help find Elder One, yes? Near where Elder One disappeared is home of Walking One named Bhaskaran. Bhaskaran may know what happened to Elder One. This one would talk to Bhaskaran, but Walking Ones do not always trust these ones. Would Kaiwan talk to Bhaskaran for this one? And Kaiwan comes from Gridania, yes? In Gridania live many kind ones, yes? This one begs of kind one. Please go to Gridania and ask fellow kind ones for help, and please hurry. These ones are not safe until Elder One returns. Well, if it isn't our intrepid ambassador, how fare your diplomatic efforts with the Sylph tribes? The elders gone missing, you say? Why, if you were to end up in the hands of the tempered ones, we'd have a crisis on our hands. I could assure the Sylphs that my sharpest-eyed serpents will be on the lookout day and night. No stone must be left unturned. I would ask you to call upon Gea Mulcar at Bent Branch Meadows and deliver the message that the Wood Whalers are needed in search effort. A message from Commander Heliox, you say? The Sylph Elder has vanished? Worry not, friend. The Wood Whalers have eyes under every leaf, behind every branch. If the Elder is anywhere in these forests, we should find him. I'm surprised I could actually get in in the tavern with my chocobo still on. Well met, adventurer. We have the finest grog and grub this side of... Wait to fill your belly then. Ah, a hunger for news is it? Aye, there's been talk of a sylph lurking hereabouts, but I couldn't rightly say it would be the elder you seek. Those woodland scamps all look alike. Short of painting one red and another one blue, most folk will struggle to tell the two of them apart. If you're the time, mayhap you can stay a while and see what the goods have in store. You never know, you might even stumble across a Sylph Elder yourself. We get an egg for the quest. That's a bit of a random reward for a quest. A main story quest, you get an egg. No word on the Sylph Elder yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. In the meantime, how about doing a favour for old Bhaskaran in return? Right then, let's put you to work. There's a customer outside who's spoiling for a fight and I need you to call him off for me. No need to go cracking any skulls though. Just take this tub of cold water and douse the drunkard. It tends to do the trick. My patrons can swill grog all night and carouse loud enough to wake the dead if they wish. But as soon as it turns violent, I've got to put my boot down. What are you staring at? You want to keep them eyes in your face? Mate, have this in your face. Splash! Ah! Nothing cause teats, that's cold. What do you mean, no fighting? This Duskweek scum was... Yeah, I know the rules. That bastard gets to keep his skin. For now. Nicely done, Spazzles. I've not had my patrons picking fights with each other over a petty prejudice. In case you didn't see, the bloke who caught the brunt of that outburst is a Duskweek Elder. There are people who shun cities to live in the wild, making them no better than brigands in the eyes of many. To be fair, the Duskwites can be an unruly lot, but they ain't so bad once you get to know them. And it don't seem right to buy a whole race of people from the Druffers for the misdeeds of a few. There should at least one place where everyone willing to pay the coin and drink in peace is welcome, don't you think? I appreciate all the good you've done for our patrons. If you aren't disclined, I have a favour of my own to ask you. There's a Kirkwin friend of mine, you see, name of Teteroon. A good lad. It was right after the calamity that I came across him falling in the shroud. He nearly died in all the havoc, so I took him in and nursed him back to health best I could. He worked here at my Druffers for a spell after that. Got to talking about striking out on his own. He did, and not long after, cast his lot with a merchant bound for Lanoskia. Well, it just so happens I got to cleaning up around here and came across something of his, this scarlet earring. If I know he was fond of this thing, but he must have just forgotten it when he left. So I'd like to see it gets to him. Can't say for sure where he ended up, but might be a friend of mine can. A Radagan named fellow Bainsing. You can find him on Hawker's Alley in Limers of the Mincer. He knows everything of the comers and goers of merchants there. You found your way to Hawker's Alley, friend? A Coerthas worked with that Druffers. Aye, you speak a Teteroon. Related to that Kyokiroon bloke just over there by some blood or another. Two of them put in together and we're making good coin. But old Teteroon up and left Limsa not long ago. Couldn't say as to why or where. You're better off asking Kukaroon himself. It can be a bit tight-lipped though, I warn you. Best take this chicken egg with you. Little bastard loves those bloody things. Here, good to hear about old Busk though. Sounds as though he ain't changed but a bit. Just like to send a venturer along, too shy to come himself. Gods, I miss drinking with that fool. Ah, a bit of friendship there I see. Yokuroon. Got buddy. Customer, be welcome. Not customer? Not come with custom. Kukaroon busy with business, too busy for blather. How about then having an egg? Chicken egg. Kukaroon love chicken egg. Love chicken egg more than I love customer. Looking for Teteroon. Teteroon no here no more. Teteroon leave Limsa. Teteroon go look for Sparklies. Now working at trading post. Good trading post. Forget where trading post is. Weinberg no Teteroon. Weinberg no trading post. Weinberg at ferry docks. You go ferry docks. Kukaroon forget things. Weinberg remember things. You talk to Weinberg, not Kukaroon. Teteroon? Aye, I've seen him. That's to say I saw him. He was headed somewhere up north by way of the ferry to Elport. Might as well head there and see what you can suss out. The skipper here can take you there. When you arrive, I'd start asking old feet? Boat? Old folk? Okay. He's an old hand what knows a great deal about many things. Teteroon? I saw him. That's to say I've seen him. He took himself north through Skull Valley into Oakwood. Was looking for a place to run by his fellow Kirkwood. I reckon he meant the one right off the shore of Bronze Lake. Memorune's training post. Follow the road and you're sure to find it. Customer, be welcome. Not customer? Not come with custom. Bring something for Teteroon. Your earring, bub. You're welcome. Teteroon forget this. Forget that doofers. Teteroon swore he would never forget earring. But never forget. Never forgot. Teteroon thank. Teteroon thank. Good Pescarian doing good. Good Pescarian good to Teteroon. Teteroon miss good Pescaroon. Good Pescaroon help Teteroon. Teteroon dead without good Pescaroon. Must give thankies. Many thankies. Teteroon make Kirkwood firewater for Buscaroon. Buscaroon love firewater. Do you help Teteroon make firewater? Need thingies to make. Need many thingies. Need Coel Pup Whiskers. Need 3 good Coel Pup Whiskers. Hey, old Teteroon. Guess what I got? Teteroon make firewater for Buscaroon. You bring thingies Teteroon need. There you go, my dude. Some pup whiskers. You brought all thingies. Teteroon make firewater now. Make good firewater for good Buscaroon. Teteroon start making firewater now. Good firewater takes time. More time, more good. You come back later. And by later he means literally talk to him again and it'll be done. That's how it works in the game. Teteroon make firewater. Good firewater. You take to Buscaroon. Good firewater for good Buscaroon. Tell Buscaroon to no drink now. Tell put away 1 year. 1 year make best flavour. Teteroon hopes Buscaroon happy. Teteroon gives Buscaroon thankies. Many thankies. You tell Buscaroon. Teteroon make big shop someday. Biggest shop in Eorzea. Make many sparklies. All thanks to good Buscaroon. Alright, here we go. Right, let's talk to Buscaroon. Buscaroon, bust a move. Ah, you've returned. Thank you for seeing Teteroon's belongs to him. What's this for me? Oh, good Fire Queen. Kirkwood Firewater. Kirkwood Firewater? So he remembers my fondness of the drink, does he? Why that old... bloody hells. Who's cutting onions back there? He has to shelve it for a year, does he? Aye, that sounds good about right. I hate to have to wait, but I reckon it'll be worth it. This stuff has an aroma and body unlike any other drink I know. It's going to be a long year. What say you come back then, friend? We'll see if we can't make it through this bottle together. There was word while you were away. Sylphs was seen in the wood, but near no lands of their own. No, this place was near to here. A place we've never known a Sylph to come. Something must have given them cause to venture this far. More than like, the missing Sylph Elders among them. Here, I've marked the track where they were sighted on your map. Go see if there's anything to be seen. I'm not even going to get off my chocobo. I got off my chocobo. So there was aught to be found in the wood. What did you come to? Guardians? And this part of the Twile's Wood? I know! What are they doing here? What are the guards doing? First Sylphs and now Guardians, and all in the same place. Can it be mere coincidence? Might the Guardians be following the Sylphs? Tracking them or giving chase maybe? But no, not this far into the forest. The Whalers' spies are everywhere. Imperials could have never have stolen past them all. How in the bloody hell could they, unless someone guided them through? Someone who knew where the spies stand, and when the Whalers watch. A Gridanian traitor. I'm glad you've come, friend. There's something I want to talk to you about. You know I said I thought we might have a traitor in our midst? Someone was aiding the Guardians? But I'm thinking I may have identified our suspect. As a regular of mine, he used to dine with a thin soup and sip his pint on account of not being able to afford another. But of late, he's taken to ordering my best wines and the finest cuts of meats I can lay my hands on. Were he a merchant, I'd probably think nothing of it, but this lad's a wood whaler. And wood whalers don't earn that kind of coin. By chance, I was musing on where the money was coming from when you first told me about the Guardians in the forest, and I couldn't help putting two and two together. Suffice it to say, for wood whalers working for the Empire, none of us is safe. The lad I'm talking about goes by the name of Laurentius. Last I heard, he was in the South Shroud. Find him, Spazzles, and if he is up to no good, put an end to it. And him, if it comes to that. Give this guy a good old spanking then, shall we? Just round the corner, still getting lost. There he is. Alright, what you doing, mate? Can you see I'm not on patrol? Be gone. If you have business with the whalers, take it to the barracks. Nah, you ain't fooling me, mate. I know your game. I know your game. Following you. Stalking you. Where'd he go? I've lost him. Where'd he go? There he is. Laurentus, get back here. Get back here, Laurentus. Not long now. The thick patrol routes and rations would fetch such a price. No more than I deserve, though. There's little wonder the Empire has risen to such heights. Only the whalers paid men their worth. You! What did you... How long have you... Help! 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 Please, come quick, my friend. It is I, Laurentius. I'm under attack. You absolute pansy. Called friends, but they're not going to really help you here, mate. You're messing with the Pompadour Lancer, I want to say right now. I'm not a Dragoon. Speak with... Okay, didn't have a thing above his head. How? How did you? You just... I know nothing. I was in patrol. It just appeared. I thought you were working for the Guardians. Oh, give off, mate. We all know. How long do you mean to keep this up? What is it you imagine I've done? Enough. Enough, I say. I wonder what my character said to him. It's over then. I sold maps and rations to the Empire. It was I meant no harm. I only wanted the coin. The whalers are good, strong. I was proud to join their ranks. I am proud, but they do not provide. They preach justice, honour, duty, but in the end, it's those with money who do as they will, who live as they will. So I sought an opportunity to change my fortunes and took it. All I've done for money. Engaging myself, my home, everything and everyone I love. Why, my actions have put your life in danger too. Oh, he's laughing. Alright, mate, he's lost his mind. Though you do not realise how much. Bloody idiot. Did you imagine that you had cornered me? It is not I who is cornered. Guardians, I brought the Huar bastard. You have brought them to your death. Let me a question, if you will. Are all adventurers so deluded as to believe they can change the power of the Garlemald? Do we need a veritable mountain of guilt to fund such an endeavour? That's just the cost of fighting great power. Or of making it. Or of remaking it. As we will Gridania. Mate, you are delusional, come on. So that's the way of it. Swatch a hard bunk at the barracks for a feathered bed in Garlemald, did you? Quite clear. You there, Hugh. You stand here at old Whisk's wish, no? Then you don't stand alone. Right, was he a bandit? I can't remember now. Anyway, they gotta die. Oh, it's a red belly. Yeah, no, the red bellies are they are bandits. Finish you off. Oh, we get a big getting in. Same thing. Big hit. Boom. Alright. Get the DPS buff back up. Alright, taking out ads. Go. Alright, we're going down super quick. Next one. Let's go. Magnify, you are dead. You're going down as quick as I like. I'll take you down first. Now we've got more bandits coming. Nice. Bandits are friends apparently now. No match for me. No match. They're never going to hit me a million units. Alright, Legolas. You ain't no Orlando Bloom. You are going to be dead soon. I think I might be alright to leave them to it. I'll do another rotation and I should be able to get my damage buff. Come on, absolutely smashing it. Yeah, I was right in leaving it to them. Wasting my time otherwise. Alright, and we smashed it. Impossible. How did you best the Empire's finest? And with bandits and poachers at your side. They are your sworn enemies. Why do they fight with you and not against you? Ah, but I know the answer only too well. Scarron. This is his doing. His words I want to inspire men to act. Better men than I. Gods, what have I become? What have I done? I am sorry. No more I pursue this folly. No more lies. No more bribes. I will go to the Order of Twin Adder and confess my crimes. There is something I would like you to tell Pescaron. Tell him Laurentius, the fool, says thank you. I feel as though a veil has been lifted from my eyes. Aye, Laurentius confesses to his crimes. I just had word from the Twin Adder. Seems he marched straight into the nest and gave him up himself. The lad's had quite a life, you know. His mother was killed by a brigand when he was only small. As a young man, he joined the Whalers, hoping to spare his fellow Gridanians the misery he'd known growing up. Trouble is, protecting Gridania is a too big a job for one man, and he came to believe that he couldn't make a difference, that it was hopeless. There are few things more dangerous than desperation, and a man lost in the dark is easily drawn to the glimmer of coin. I reckon he thought that if he couldn't change the lot of his fellow man, he might as well change his own. Thing is, he was making a difference, just not on his own. Somehow, he'd failed to grasp one simple truth, that those things we cannot do alone, we must do together. Eh? He asked me to thank me, did he? Then there's a good in him, yeah. I just hope them at the Adder's nest are able to see it. What he's done ain't easy to forgive, but I like to think he could have been afforded a chance to make amends. But let's leave the fates to the 12. I have other news for you, Spazzles. The Sylph Elder has been found. Ah, well, good news. We've done it! We've done it! We're level 30! We can now take on the Dragoon class! Ah, we've been waiting this for a while. It's taken us a fair old while, but we finally got our hands on some reliable information concerning the whereabouts of your missing green friend. His name is Frixio, and he's the eldest among the sylphs of Little Solace. Long has he represented his kind in dialogue with Gridanians. Yes, it's like a bridge between us and them, a small leafy green bridge that we can't find at the moment. And bridges are no use if you don't know where they are. That's why it's so important we find him. What's she on about? There's an abandoned dungeon called the Thousand Moors of Totorak, here in the South Shroud. It was by the entrance to the place that FFXIV was seen, and not long ago neither. If you hurry, I reckon you'll find him. Walking ones, please help this one. This one needs help. Needs the help to help Elder One. Poor FFXIV. Poor FFXIV. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold your chocobos. Take a deep breath and tell us what's wrong nice and slow. Elder One went into Totorak, but has not returned. This one is worried, so very worried. And you're right to be. The place fair crawls with nasties waiting to make a meal of anyone daft to wander in. What in the seven hells was he thinking entering that bloody death trap? Elder One had no choice. Imperial ones were chasing Elder One. Please, walking ones must help Elder One. Help Elder One now. Ah, the fates conspire against us. Forgive my pragmatism, but FFXIV is our best hope of reaching an accord with the Sylphs. Were we to lose him, all our efforts thus far have been for naught. I will tend to her wounds. Ida, make haste to the Owl's Nest and request assistance. Understood. Spazzles, go to the Thousand Moors of Totorak and see that FFXIV comes to no harm. Peace between man and sylph will rest upon your success. It's good to see you again, Spazzles, and stronger than when we last spoke. Plainly, you have devoted many hours to training, which is just as well, for I have a mind to set you on your next task. At the Bramble Patch, you came to grasp the true meaning of the courage. I would have you put that courage to the proof before three masters of our art. In the many years since they began their training within these walls, these men had led very different lives, yet they shared the same distinction of being regarded amongst the finest lancers of their time. And just as they once looked to their seniors for inspiration, so too shall you look to them. By availing yourself of their wisdom, you will take another step towards becoming a fully fledged lancer. Your first instructor is a name named Mathomi. Seek him out at Armorisic's Spire in East Shroud, where he serves as a frontier sentry. The long years at his post have owned Mathomi's perception. No detail escapes the man's pacing gaze. Present yourself before him for expansion, Spazzles, and do as he bids you. Ah, there he is. You must be the young lancer I was told to expect. Greetings and well met. I am Mathomi, commander of the brave men and women of this spire. Now, let's have a good look at you. I see. You possess strength and skill in abundance. Of this is no doubt, but you still want for experience. Oh, I don't doubt you've seen much and more. Mayhap you believe there is naught left out there to unnerve you. Yet the world is wide, and only the gods can claim to know all. You may be assured that the legendary lancers of old faltered at arms at times. No lancer, nor any man, can foresee all possibilities, but he can steel himself for the unexpected. I would have you just do that. Take this bottle of fresh spoken blood and sprinkle it at the foot of the great tree to the north. Doing so will lure out creatures of the night which you are to vanquish. What is spoken blood anyway? What? I'm kind of sure I know what that's meant to be. Oh, summon blood bats, which are bats. Nothing too serious to deal with. Why are there more coming? And you stop. Just die. Die! Alright, show them. Welcome back, son, and well done. I bore witness to your battle with my own eyes. The bloodbat bewilders its prey with its ceaseless flittering, which makes putting a spear in the beast an exercise in frustration. Frustration that may easily have given rise to panic. Yet to your credit, you fought on resolutely and thus emerged the victor. Your Wayne has taught you well, young one. You have a way to go, to be sure, but beneath those rough-hewn edges I see the makers of a great lancer. With my blessings, make your way to Pascurin's Druthas in South Shroud. It is there your next instructor, Pascurin himself, awaits. Ah, Pascurin's a lancer, I didn't know that. The man had a unique approach to our art. Though it's a fair while since he hung up his spear, his words are well worth hearing. Indeed, lancers visit him as much for his counsel as to do his meed, good though it is. By meeting Pascurin and availing yourself of his knowledge, your lance work will surely improve. Alright, bro, let's go. South Shroud it is. Well, if it isn't Yuane's prodigy, I thought it was about time you arrived. I'm Pescaran, and this here's my place. In case you're wondering why old Yuane sent you, I should mention that I've not always been in the food and drink business. Before I opened the Droofers, I manned an outpost not far from here. Any road, between keeping throats wet and bellies full, I ain't got a great deal of time to chat just now, so if you don't mind, I'll get on with educating you. Now, take this nice bottle of full flower mead. Wait, don't open it. This ain't that kind of lesson. No, I want you to make an offering at Miss Stale's Lance, which is a monument tucked away in a rocky cleft to the south of here. See the bottle safely there, complete with its contents, and when you come to back, I'll tell you a story. Got all that? Good. So you offered up the mead as I told you, and without drinking a drop? Very well, you should have a tale of mine as promised. Miss Tell is the man who founded the Lancers Guild, and at the monument I sent you was to erect it in his honour. Miss Tell was courage made flesh. Cut him and I dare say he'd have to bleed the stuff. It was him who first identified the two aspects of a Lancer's courage, as well as to go about tempering them. And that wasn't all he did. Seeing how the art had gone stale, what with our Lancers keeping to the confines of the Twelveswood, he sought to bring in new techniques and methods from faraway lands. But Gridania was a different place in his day. The outside world was a thing to be shunned back then, and non-forest-born were considered faithless savages. Aye, it was even worse than now. Of course, old Mistal wasn't afraid to call that way of thinking what it was. A lot of ignorance and cowardice. Cut a long story short, despite a forest full of good old Gridanian stubbornness, he finally convinced the nation to open up its doors to foreign lancers. And by blending their techniques with his own, he gave the world the art which now you practice. To this day, the Lancers Guild accepts students regardless of their origin. That wouldn't have been possible if it hadn't been for Mr. O. Us Lancers owe him much and more, and it's our charge to carry on his legacy. Never forget that. Eh? What's that? When's the trial? Much as I hate to disappoint, there isn't one. Your courage was never in doubt, son. My part in your training's done. It's time you visit your third and final instructor, a fellow named Foulques. Foulques? Remember that. You'll find him whiling away at his time at the Bobbing Court, like it or not. Oh, and that's not a name of an inn in Fullguard Float, in case you didn't know. Up in Northshire it is then. Foulques' an old rival of mine. Me and him used to go at it until neither man could lift his spear tip off the ground. I warn you, he was a right stubborn bugger back then, and the years ain't done much to improve his humours. So, good luck with impressing him. I take it you're the young Lancer whom Yuane spoke, and an adventurer besides, by the look of you. I was an adventurer myself once, before I took an arrow to this knee. Get it? I was an adventurer myself once. That's before I came a lance for hire. But enough idle talk. You've come to learn from me, and I learned from me you shall. Be warned though, that you will not find me as lenient an instructor as the others. Now pay attention. Thus far, you have learned to muster your courage in situations of fear, panic and uncertainty. With me, you will learn to do so in the face of change. The enemy is a living thing, and living things are apt to change. Whatever the nature of the change, a Lancer must be able to think and adapt. And to think and adapt during battle requires courage. To teach you the meaning of my words, I would have you challenge a fiery fiend known as the Red Balloon. However, the creature will appear only when there is a raging flame. You must kindle such a flame by procuring 6 fingers from slain balloons and depositing them in the gutted campfire. This should suffice to entice the Red Balloon. As the battle wears on, the creature's fury shall burn with ever greater fervour until it is ripe to burst in a conflagration of death. Let courage lend strength to your lance and extinguish this fiery foe. Right, this is what's going to draw out the Red Balloon. Very Red Balloon. Actually, let's do a stun. Oh well. Getting at you right off the bat. Getting ahead of yourself, mate. Oh, did he just get big? Or is that just me? Alright, that. Oh, 1%, come on. You're dead. He did get bigger. So you have vanquished the Red Balloon, no less than what I'd expect of one of Yuane's. Enemy altered its nature throughout the encounter, thereby causing the terms of battle to shift repeatedly. Yet ever did you press onward, your courage holding firm in the midst of constant change. So it is you that emerged triumph. I am not known for being liberal with my praise, but you have done well. Yours is a genuine courage. Mind you, this does not give you a license to forsake your training. You are still but a fledgling among us after all. I have finished with you. You may report back to Wayne, and when you do, tell that young upstart that I demand he show his face here from time to time. That's all. Old Vice Clark demands I show my face. I can only assume the buxom brunette at the float isn't lavishing him with the attention he craves. Very well, I shall see what I can do. As for you, Spazzles, well done. I never doubted that you would meet with the approval of all three men, yet I am no less proud of you for having done so. You have travelled far along the Lancer's path, and soon you will no longer require my guidance. In fact, you need overcome but one further trial to complete your education here. Do so, and I will give you my blessing to leave the Lancers Guild and embark upon a new adventure with spear in hand. As ever, apply yourself to your lance work and return when you are ready for your final challenge. I look forward to our next meeting. Ah, Spazzles, ever a sight for sore eyes. By your return, I take it you are ready for the final trial. Very well, let us... Guildmaster Wayne! You are wounded. What has happened? We were attacked, sir, by a Dusk White Lancer as we trained in the forest. He was impossibly strong, a demon. He kept screaming something about teaching us true courage. No, not him, not Foulques. We were in the northwest corner of the central shroud when it happened. I was able to get away, but the others. You must help the others. Ugh. You strong man. I am sorry, Spazzles. The trial must wait. Pray, make haste to central shroud and help your comrades. And Spazzles, should Foulques force your hand, do what you must be done. 12 speed on your way. Help! For the love of the 12, help me! Oh, they're not actually attacking him. It's like really weird. Right, let's get on these. Alright, you ain't attacking. Okay, that's that one dead. I used the wrong bloody skill. What a nothing. That one now. Right, take you on so you're not attacking him anymore. Excellent. Right, I'm taking this one down. It's going down really quick. Last one. DPS buff back up so we're ready for anything. Come on. Go. Okay. You are safe. You are welcome. You are safe. Did I mention you are safe? I owe you my life, friend. Another breath and I would have become worm fodder. The Dusk White Lancer unleashed the fiends upon us, claiming to temper our courage. You should have seen the look in his eye when he said it, mad bastard. Where is he now? I think he headed off towards the North Shroud, maybe in the direction of Foulques float. I can't say for sure. I was concentrating on the scale skin at the time. If it's a reckoning you seek, you are like to be disappointed. Those of us who managed to outrun the worms were already alerted the whalers. I dare say the Dusk White is being held at spear point as we speak, begging for his worthless life in a puddle of his own piss. Serves the bastard right and all. What kept you? Helping your comrades, you say? Fool, you waste your pity on false friends. It's only a matter of time before they betray you. Aye, just like those wretches who saw me imprisoned and exiled. I was once an upright citizen of Gridania, and a man of the Lancers Guild.
Yet life was not easy. I wanted a coin to obtain the barest necessities. I conspired with my closest comrades to steal from the guild's coffers. The theft soon came to light, and though there was no suspects, it was clear that the deed had been perpetrated by someone within the ranks. An air of suspicion hung heavy over the guild from that day forth, until at last, unable to bear the guilt, I convinced my accomplices to join me in confessing. Only for them to bite their craven tongues after I had stepped forward and admitted my part in the crime. And so it was that I alone took the blame. Of course it was the Dust Squire, everyone said. Was there any ever doubt? It was all made perfect sense. Despite my heartfelt pleas, my so-called friends denied any involvement. Instead, they called me vulgar names that I do not care to repeat. Can you imagine the shock and anguish I felt at their betrayal? Would that I had the strength to force the truth out of those traitors. Would that I had the courage to escape my dungeon cell, even if it meant taking some helpless guard's life. Driven by vengeance and no small amount of self-loathing, I resolved to forge my courage anew. I strode into the lairs of ravenous fiends while drenched in blood. I put their helpless offspring to the spear that I might face the unbridled fury of their king. Oh, you want to go, do you? You want to go? For my efforts, I have acquired the ultimate courage, a courage forged amidst danger and tempered by rage. I fear nothing. I'm the greatest lancer that's ever lived. Oh, you're about to be proven wrong, boy. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Oh, getting a whoop ass, boy. I'm never gonna get rid of that. Now this is a skill I want. Come on, over you come. Get your stuff back up. Ready for that big damage? Oof! Let's go. Put that down really quick. Let's get that DPS stuff back up. Oh, he ain't gonna reach me. Alright, finishing him. Absolutely destroying him now. Get ready for the next rotation. Gonna add DPS buff. Alright, big hit now. Alright, let's throw spear him. Come on, come. Right. Now stun. And gotcha, mate. Don't even need to move. Don't even need to move. For all that fighting, it didn't give a lot of XP, did it? Impossible! My courage is absolute! Now watch out, you damn idiot. No! Come no closer! Off you go, mate. See you later.
Oh, he's definitely dead. F's in chat. F's in the chat. The Foulques is no more. His was a tragic tale, and one that might have been so different. Had fate not dealt him such a cruel hand, he could well have been commanded a place of honour within these halls. But it avails us naught to dwell upon what might have been. It is enough that you are still with us, Spazzles. Lest you wonder about your final trial, there will be none. I've seen it all I need to see. You have proven beyond a shadow of doubt that yours is a genuine courage. In recognition of this, I shall pass to you the secrets of the Lance Charge, one of the most potent abilities in our arsenal. You are a Lancer in your own right now. There is naught more I can teach you. From here onwards, it is up to you to seek out such challenges as will make you grow. Like attracts like, and the strong are drawn to strength. Just as I once knew for certainty that I was destined to face the Lord of the Bramble Patch, so too will you find, or be found by, an adversary of equal worth. None can say what fate will bring, but armed with your courage, there is naught you need to fear. Keep close to your heart the lessons you have learned here, and go forth to blaze a new trial with spear in hand. Yeah, here we go! I dare say you might just be the right man for the job. The guild has urgent need of a capable lancer for a mission beyond our nation's borders. Hear me out, if you will. I've received word from an Ishgardian friend to the effect that he requires our aid. I would have you go and provide that aid. As you may already know, due to an ongoing conflict with the dragons, Ishgard has kept her gates closed to outsiders for some time. The occasional dragoon on patrol duty is about all folks see these days. In spite of her self-imposed isolation, however, the Holy See has never failed to honour her obligations to her allies. It's only fitting that we answer the call and lend what assistance we can. To this end, we offer to dispatch a contingent of wood whalers with all haste, but were politely informed that it would not be welcome, much to our initial confusion. It was later explained that we are dealing with a matter of some sensitivity, best handled by individuals who are capable and trustworthy, yet unbound by allegiance, and who fits this description save adventurers. Secrecy being paramount, I can provide no details as to the nature of the task. All you need to know will be revealed at the rendezvous point. Should you accept the mission, take yourself to the observatorium. A knight by the name of Sir Alberic will receive you upon arrival. Ah, you must be the adventurer whom Ewain sent word. Greetings and well met. I am Sir Alberic Bell, Knight of Ishgard. The Holy See is much obliged to you for your aid. Time being of the essence, I shall proceed straight to the heart of the matter. The eye, an Ishgardian relic of immeasurable worth, has been stolen, and we have reasons to believe the culprit has come this way. So it is that we ask your assistance in its recovery. The thief has been identified as a man named Estinien, a dragoon sworn to the service of the Holy See. Aye, you heard me true. The crime was perpetrated by one of our own, an individual in a position of trust and no little honour. You may be assured that a fate worse than death awaits him upon capture. My duties to the sea afford me little opportunity to travel far beyond the walls of Ishgard. I must confess to a grave ignorance of recent Gridanian affairs. I was told that a sentry by the name of Logigadamriel, man, these names, come on. Logandarinal might have knowledge of routes oft taken by Ishgardian fugitives. I'd prefer to keep my identity a secret, and thus would have you gather what information you can from the man. You must act quickly. You see, Estinien is... But I've already said too much. What matters is that we find our thief and the eye with all haste. When last sighted, Estinien was clad in black armour. Now go and speak not a word of what I have told you anyone. Bro, your secret's safe with me. I got you. Right. Routes favoured by Ishgardian fugitives. Now that's a question I don't hear every day. You aren't plotting some unsavoury act yourself, are you? Even if you were, I doubt you'd make it far. Any road. We've caught a few fleeing in the North Shroud. What with Gridania being home to nearly as many Elezen as Ishgard, it's no easy task to identify outsiders. If you're on the hunt for someone, you could do worse than visit Florentel's spire in North Shroud and speak to a name named Idristan.
If any suspicious persons have crossed the border in recent days, he'd be the first to know. Hail, adventurer. Yes, I am the one tasked with monitoring those who enter our lands by way of Coerthas. An Ishgardian knight clad in black armour. No, I recall nothing of the sort, and such a striking visitor would be difficult to forget. My apologies, friend. I can only suggest that you return to Londregale and see if he has any other theories. Well, thank you very much for nothing, mate. Lodge it down now. No, like you say. I was curious. Why, it's nigh impossible that a fugitive could make it this far without being espied from Florence Hill Spire. Which leaves the possibility that your man is still in Ishgard. It runs counter to the good sense. Would the fugitive not want to put a distance of grounds between him and his pursuers? But by the process of deduction, it is a possibility. The climbs of Ishgard are not kind to drifters and vagabonds. That said, there has been talk of curious smoke wafting from a cave east of here at night. Where are you? I might begin my search there. Okay, we've got Petromatra. Kind of like flying salamanders of some sort. Basically, these are kind of like if... Oh, nearly like that. This is like kind of like if bearded dragons had wings and were huge. Find out who... Bro. That Ishgard will resort to sending the coin-starved adventurers after me. I know not whether to laugh or feel insulted. Bruh. The lie! It rouses for another. Preposterous. Our paths shall cross again. You can be sure of it. Whoosh! Bro, it'd be so cool if you could actually jump like that in real life. Your knees would be shot to absolute pieces, but just think of the height you'd be able to get. A dragoon clad in black, you say? Tell me all that transpired. By the fury, that the eye would choose another. I had not thought it possible. In light of recent events, it would seem an explanation is in order. The eye is no ordinary relic. It harbours the powers of the dragon, which it bestows upon a single chosen soul, the strongest and wisest dragoon. He who is chosen is possessed of the power of fight our mortal foes, the dragoons of Gridania, on equal footing, soaring through the firmament as it was an extension of the land. That man is known as the Eorzea Dragoon. The Eorzea Dragoon is the light and hope of all Ishgardians, and a paragon of all dragoons. For this reason, you may imagine how it pains me to have confessed that the man you encountered, the thief, is none other than the Eorzea Dragoon, and that I was once his teacher. Needless to say, I acknowledge myself accountable for Estinian's misdeeds, and mean to do all in my power to find him and recover the eye. But I cannot do this alone. I require your help, Spazzles. You, who have received the power of the dragon. You may labour to believe it, but there can be no mistake. The soul of the dragoon I bear glows in your presence, irrefutable proof that you are chosen. What I can ill explain, however, is the why of it. Never before in Ishgard's long history has the eye aroused to more than one individual in a single generation, but it avails us naught to cudgel our brains about it. The fact of the matter is you are now a vessel for a power of the dragon. That dragon lies yet in slumber, however, and you must needs possess the means to wake it, the soul of the dragoon. I will entrust you with mine, Spazzles. Like Estinian, I once ruled the skies as the Eorzea Dragoon. Although that power has since become lost to me, it was simply by force of habit that I have hitherto kept the soul upon my person. I have no inkling as to why the eye has seen fit to choose a second, and an outsider at that. Yet one thing is clear, none can challenge the Eorzea Dragoon and conceivably prevail to save another dragoon. You are our only hope of bringing Estinian to justice and reclaiming the eye. Of course, I do not ask that you do this unaided. I may be a dragoon no more, but what knowledge I have I shall gladly impart to you. For indeed, when the time comes that you must face the Eorzea Dragoon, naught less than complete mastery over the power of the dragon will avail you. That a perilous road lies ahead you, I shall not deny. Knowing this, if you would still lend me your lance, I will teach you to harness the power that has chosen you. Go forth, my young dragoon, and rouse the dragon within. I look forward to your return. Next dragoon available from Elbrick upon level reaching 35. Done it! We've done it! We are now able to become a dragoon. Ah! This is where the story really starts now. The rise of the Pompadour Dragoon, ladies and gentlemen. Oof! Glorious. Absolute glorious.